Okay, you've created your web app, you've deployed your code, you've configured your authentication, and everything's good to go. And then one of those people helping you with your app accidentally deletes it, and it's all gone. Now you might be thinking there's no way such a thing can happen, but let me tell you, it definitely does happen. Many years ago, I supported web apps at Microsoft, and it wasn't uncommon for people to call in a panic because that very thing had happened. Now, fortunately, one of the cool features available in App Service is web app backups, and a backup allows you to easily recover your web app if it gets deleted. Now these are durable and reliable backups that are backed up in Azure storage, so your backups are also in the cloud. If you have a web app that changes often, and you want to make sure your backup's always up to date, you can schedule your backup so they happen automatically. And by the way, App Service can also back up any databases that are linked to your site. So not only your web app, but also the data it relies on are safe and secure. Now backups aren't available in all pricing plans. If you use one of the free or very low-cost plans, you're not going to get backups. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so back to the Azure portal we go. We're going to look at how you can configure and use backups in web apps. So back in our web app, you might be surprised to find out that backups are right here in the Backups menu item under Settings. It's one of the great things about a PaaS service, is that you have all these different features that are available by just selecting a few configuration options in the portal. And so we're going to click Backups, and we can see that we already have a backup. Matter of fact, automatic backups are turned on, and it's backing up every hour. I did not add that. That's by default. By default you get in the pricing plan that I'm currently using. By default you get a backup every hour. If I want to restore this backup, I just click this restore link right here, and this backup was taken prior to when I configured that authentication setting. So if I restore this, basically what it would do is take me back to a state before I configured authentication for my app. Now you can also configure custom backups. So if I click that, I notice that I have the basics here. I see that this is actually backing up in the East US. This is a storage account, an Azure storage account. We're going to get into Azure storage in the next lesson. Just to keep things nice and clean, I'm going to create a new storage account for web app backups, and we'll call this web app backups and East US is fine. I'm going to just go ahead and click create. And again, I'll explain what a storage account is here when we get to Azure storage. Also need a storage container. And again, that's a storage concept that we'll talk about later, but I'm going to go ahead and just call this GSWA backup. Notice this is giving me an error because you can't use an underscore character. I put an underscore character here, so we'll use a dash and I'll click create. So now I have a storage account, storage container all configured for this backup. This is a manual backup right now. If I want to make it automatic, all I have to do is check set schedule, and then you'll see that I've got these pretty easy options for configuring what I want that schedule to be to automatically back that up. Now I click next advanced, and I see I get the option to backup linked databases. And I don't have any databases, but if I had some databases, one or more SQL databases or MySQL databases, it would actually back those up as well. So pretty cool. Now all I have to do is click configure. It says that backup configuration, and I see a storage account name of the one I chose is already taken, so we can't use that one. Let's just leave it at what it is here then, and we'll create a new backups. Yeah, my storage account name that I chose is not available, so it didn't work. Alright, so now we have a successfully saved backup configuration, and it's as easy as that to back up your web apps configure. Schedules. Keep yourself safe. Anybody deletes anything, you're golden.